So yesterday I talked about the fact that when I was a kid, I was I was considered as the golden child. The child who does the right things, follow the rules, who did well in school, and I got so used to being praised. And when I started experiencing failure, it was a hard thing for me. The other thing that I struggled with as a child was accepting criticism, because I got so used to being praised, and it went to my head that, oh, I'm always doing the right things. I say the right things. I I do the right things in school. I got good grades. So when I start experiencing failure, or a teacher coming to me and saying, you did that wrong, and offering me some criticism, I just took it personally. I took it very personally. Obviously, I think this is something that most people experience as children. But for me, it was extra. I didn't like being criticized, because it means like there's something wrong. You're saying that there's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfect. I'm a perfect child. I'm the child who gets good grades. A child who is very respectful and is always told good things by the adults around him. So when you criticize me, it's like you're criticizing the person that I am. That's how I saw it. Eventually, we all grow out of this, of course. But yeah, there's still, deep down, that child in me is still there. Although I grew out of that stuff, I understand that is not the right way of looking at things. People are not targeting me personally when they criticize me. They're just offering criticism to try to help me out most of the time, right? But that took, to this day, I can accept criticism, and I appreciate it. But inside me, there's still that feeling of, I'm feeling like I'm being attacked. You're judging me as a person. I still have that, and I feel that feeling, and I have to remind myself, no, that's not what this person is doing. This person is just trying to show me something that I don't see, because I'm not a perfect human. None of us are, So, in fact, I was having a little bit of a debate last night with my girlfriend. We were debating about some social stuff, some social issues, and it wasn't really a debate. It was just us offering different opinions on things, and we have a very healthy relationship in terms of communication, where we can actually share different opinions about things. And yeah, but she's criticizing me about something, she's offering criticism on the way I perceive a specific topic, right, and trying to show me the other side of it. And she gives me this information that she's giving me, and I pause. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, I never actually looked at it like that. You're absolutely right. It was enlightening what she was telling me, and I'm receiving this information. I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And even as I'm saying that, there's this other feeling inside of me, like, oh, is she attacking me? Does she think that I am dumb because I didn't see this thing that she's trying to show me? Oh no, I'm it's completely irrational when I say it out loud, right? Because it is irrational. That is definitely what she's not definitely doing that. She's not doing that at all. She's just trying to show me this thing that I wasn't seeing, right? And I appreciated that, right? But deep down, there's this feeling of, oh man, she probably thinks I'm not as informed, or rather I'm not as smart, which is not true, right? So it's a small voice. Now it was definitely amplified when I was a child. Now it's just something that is still, it pokes out, and I have to say, oh come on man, that's not true. you know. And for the longest time, I used to like beat myself over the head for even having that feeling. Like, why am I having this feeling, which I know is not true? Why am I feeling like this? But I think that I need to stop doing that, because I think even though I have this little feeling of, I think it's also rooted in some sort of insecurity. But I need to not have, I need to stop like being too hard on myself about it. Like I'm because I am recognizing that this little feeling that creeps in every once in a while, it's not true, right? But instead of me trying to give myself a hard time for even having that feeling, I think I should have a little bit of grace to say, yeah, there's this little inner critic inside of me who's extremely insecure and extremely who's always attacking me, it seems. But I think the more I give myself grace, I think the less that voice will become. So yeah, I'm feeling this little feeling. Let me just allow myself to feel it. It's fine. I know that it's invalid, but instead of me trying to fight it or suppress it, I should just allow myself to feel it. I think that's the best way, because the more I try to fight it, I don't want to say the stronger it will get, but I think the longer it lingers. But all this to say that being criticized is something that I struggled for a long time to to deal with, and to some small extent to this day. Criticism, I accept good, healthy criticism, but it doesn't feel good. And I think that's normal, now that I'm saying it out loud. I think to not feel good when someone is criticizing something you do, I think that is just a normal thing, man. I appreciate it, but it doesn't feel good, and that's okay. That's okay, because I accept it, and I'm like, yeah, I appreciate the criticism because I need that criticism. So, and the same thing for your art, when someone looks at your art and tells you, hey, this face that you drew, the left eye seemed to be a little bit lower. It doesn't look right, And as artists, we can take that personally too. We can definitely take that personally to say, oh, okay, dude, I didn't ask your opinion, right? I didn't ask for your opinion. Why are you telling me this? You might get defensive, or that's just my style. You don't understand because that's my style. And please don't get me wrong. There are people on the internet who just get a kick out of putting people down. They see someone creating something and they just start being a bully about it, and then saying things like, I mean, even if whatever I create is not good, right? Like, yes, indeed, the left eye that I drew is a bit low. If you respond to me by saying, dude, your art is garbage, and you call that criticism, I strongly disagree with that. I disagree with it at all. I mean, if you believe that telling someone that they are a garbage artist or this is trash, and you see that as criticism, you cannot convince me otherwise. You cannot convince me that's the case. I don't believe that for 1 second. I think someone who gives constructive criticism, this is someone who actually wants to help you, right? And if you want to help someone, you're not gonna use like you're not gonna do name calling. You're not gonna attack them by saying hurtful things like that. Because how is that helping? How is that helping? Because if you want to help someone, you're gonna have a bit of grace, because you want this person to listen to you, because you want to help them. If I want to help someone, I want them to listen to me, and to get them to listen to me, I have to talk to them respectfully, like a human, because I want this person to actually, I want to invite them in so that they feel safe when I share my criticism with them, you know. So yeah, someone will say, hey, you know what, yeah, your line work needs some work, it's not that great, it's a little bit scratchy, you know, maybe try to build your confidence. Hey, you know, I appreciate that. I can appreciate that, you know. But also I do understand where this notion of don't give criticism when someone didn't ask for it. I mean, I can understand that as well, because there are some people who are like, look, I'm not looking for any criticism. I don't want critique, right? I just want to make my art. I don't care about getting critique from you people. I'm not interested in it, right? I understand that take as well. And I've seen quite a few artists in the past who actually say, hey, I don't want your critique. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I've never given critique to anyone, but when someone says, hey, I don't want your critique, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think we should respect that. This person doesn't want to be critiqued. They just want to create whatever they want to create. And that is that, you know. But if you are going to provide criticism, I think you should go about it in a respectful way, you know, because you want to help, right? That's why you're giving out criticism for someone's art, you know. You're giving out a critique. So, yeah, accepting criticism, I think is a good thing. You should try to learn to not take it personally, you know, because it will help you as an artist. You know, there are people who actually there's a lot of people who want to see you as an artist succeed. So they want to see you create great things, and you know, accepting that information can help you as an artist, because because your art is you, the creator, you are too close to your creations, you know, and it can be hard to step away from your creations and see it from a distance to say, oh yeah, I think that is a bit off, you know. It's not an easy thing to do, you know. That's why someone who's on the outside can look at it and see it the way you maybe are not seeing it at the moment. Say, the anatomy is a little bit off, you know. So that can definitely be beneficial. So yeah, but I will admit as well that if I make a drawing and I put it on the internet and the whole comment section is just filled with critiques, I honestly don't know how I feel about that. I'm like, oh yeah, I appreciate all the criticism, but it's kind of a lot. You know, yeah. All this to say that I think I believe that as artists, accepting criticism, most of us, it can be uncomfortable, but I think it can be an opportunity for growth as an artist. So yeah, try your best to not take it personally. You know, I'm talking specifically about constructive criticism, you know, and you can almost always tell the difference. So yeah, try your best not to take it personally. It's just constructive criticism itself is something that can be useful to you, beneficial to your growth. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Thank you for checking out my video, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.
bit, creative imagination began to build a new art form